Hi everybody. We're we're having fantastic technical difficulties today. Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyways, I am just going to adjust you just a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, I think that's much better. Okay, so hey Monique, hi Jane, hi everybody. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start off with freshly cleaned vegetables, and we're gonna make a little salad. Start off by massaging the kale because we're gonna leave that for a little while, and so I have my we had such a hard time this morning getting online. Anyways, okay, so I have my kale, and this is fresh from the garden. So I'm going to chop it. Hey, Jane, hi, finally. I don't know why I have such a hard time seeing your comments, but I've got a little speck on this kale. But anyways, yeah, so happy to have you guys here. Friday already. I just can't believe that. And so, yeah, so I did wash this kale. I washed it out in the garden, which apparently I didn't really have my glasses on that well, so it has a few little blemishes. I'm just going to pick these off. And, you know, I mean, the vegetables don't have to be exactly perfectly perfect, but I am going to see, they're wet. I did wash them. I'm going to massage them, and I guess I need to wear my glasses next time I go in the garden. That's all right. We don't mind a couple little pieces. So it looks like see that. I don't know how I totally missed that. That's no good. I mean, it's good for compost. It'd be good for soup. Hey, Darlene, good morning. These kinds of things are good for soup, but I want to make a really pretty little salad. And so, you know, I mean, those blemishes are okay. But I did notice today that the cucumbers are like seriously on their way out, which is kind of sad, really. I have quite a few still. I found this one in the middle of the cucumber thing. Like, because of the slugs this spring, I had to grow all my cucumbers. Yeah, pretty much all my cucumbers are in hanging baskets. Like, instead of flower baskets hanging, I have cucumber baskets hanging. And so so they're pretty high up, and there was like all the leaves and everything, and so I didn't really see this until I got up on a little stool and took a look at the top of the baskets. And it's quite beautiful, you know. It's a little fat and a little overgrown, but still super nutritious for you. So anyways, so with the kale here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of fold it in half and then fold it in half again. And because we're going to work with a little bit of a different recipe here, and do if I get situated in my chair a little better, we're going to just chop the kale fairly fine, because kale's one of those things that the cellular structure is very tough, you know, for lack of a better word. It's not the easiest thing to chew, and so it does make it a little bit harder to break down, and I think there's a chemical reason for that, and it just escapes my mind as to what the real scientific reason is. But anyway, so ideally your kale wants to be massaged. It needs to be massaged or somehow broken down a little bit for you to be able to absorb it best raw. Of course, the best thing you can do is really to eat it raw in a smoothie, and make sure that, you know, it's ground up enough that it's broken down those cell walls, and then ideally a smoothie would be fantastic. And that's what we usually add to our smoothies is kale. So, but in this particular case, what we're going to do is we're going to add it to the salad. I love kale in a salad. I love the taste. You know, it's kind of like to me, it's kind of like a cross between lettuce and cabbage. So I really, really like it for that. So what I'm going to do a couple different things here. We'll start with massaging the actual kale here. I've got my dishes all out of order. So we're gonna go with this one because we're gonna make the other salad in that one. So that's why I'm all confused. I'm easily confused. Okay, so we're going to get this guy, all this kale in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to we're not going to really massage it, but we're going to more or less marinate it, and we'll add it to the salad later. So your kale is one of the most nutrient-dense green foods that you could possibly eat. It is so full of vitamin K, it's full of vitamin C, it's like so densely packed full of nutrition, and that's why everybody's on and on about you know, how great it is to eat and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we're going to add some lemon juice here. And, you know, kind of as much as you want. Make sure that all your stuff is washed, like especially lemons, since they don't grow around here. You know, we can buy them organic, but you still need to be washing everything. And pick the seeds out. When the lemon seeds drop in there, with your clean hands, you're gonna not break your teeth on the lemon seeds, which are slippery little things. Okay, and then I am going to add a little bit of olive oil. You could, because it does help to break down the cell walls. You could add a avocado oil would be really nice too, and or you could add a coconut oil if you have the liquid coconut oil. You could add that as well. So garlic, we're going to ask the garlic to help break it down too. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but I tend to always take my chances with the smashing the garlic. And you know, when they're young, they smash really good. This one's probably just a little too old. You can do this with a knife, which I have done, but and I have done it in front of you guys too. And I'm not probably supposed to do that because it looks a little dangerous, and I don't want anybody else getting hurt by watching the way I cook. So it's like, don't do this at home kind of thing. Sometimes around here, when we tend to throw the food around and do different things that are not professional. Okay, so just kind of breaks open the little shell. And you know, I was talking with Alexandra Loopold, who runs the Cosmic Gardening course, and I have to say that is the best course I've ever taken for, you know, I'm not really that good of a gardener, and I had a lot of problems because our soil is very acidic. We're kind of in the forest, and we have a whole pile of fir trees that pretty much blow all their seeds into my garden, which is apparently makes it acidic, I think. That's what I was told anyways. And so anyway, I had a really hard time growing a garden for years. And Alexandra's course was absolutely amazing. See, the garlic gets all stuck on your fingers. So her course was really amazing. You know, only $39, and it had all kinds of super great information. And then we had live Zoom, like live-ish Zoom classes, right? So so there was a sort of in-person for questions and help and all that kind of stuff. And so she said recently, one of the things that she said was, when you leave your garlic, like if you pull it out of the garden and then you leave it for exactly 3 weeks, then these shells, the skins aren't so hard to pull off. So there was something about taking it out. She took it out at a certain time, a certain age, which I don't remember. You'd have to ask her. But I saw it on her Instagram. And I'll just chop this up, all this garlic. And so I saw it on her Instagram, and so it was a particular time that she harvested it, and she does go by the biodynamic calendar. That's a lot of garlic. I love garlic. You can't, I mean, you can't eat too much garlic, but in my mind, I really can't. And so, yeah, so she goes by the biodynamic calendar. And hey, Jacqueline, nice to see you. And okay, and so anyways, the biodynamic calendar, you plant things on a fruit day or a leaf day or a root day, pretty much. Oh, and there's a flower day. Yeah, there's a fourth one, the flower day. And so she goes by that. And so she harvests the garlic on a, well, it would be a root day, wouldn't it? That makes sense. And she harvests it then, and then she takes it out, and then she kept it for 3 weeks, and then did the root thing, like the root on the root day. She did the peeling of the garlic. It was the peeling of the garlic, and it turned out really, really good. And apparently, it wasn't all sticky like this. So, luckily, I have my little cloth here, and I don't mind if my hands smell like garlic. So, okay, we are going to, we're just going to use a spoon and just kind of marinate it. So I'm not going to really massage, although you certainly could, and you probably should. But I think my hands are gucky enough with the next thing that I want to do. I don't really feel like running over to the sink and put a pause on you guys. Okay, so you can see this oil is getting really beautiful. I am going to, at this point, add the Himalayan salt. And of course, that also helps break it down, right? The Himalayan salt is a little bit saltier than the Celtic sea salt, but I want a bit in here because I do want to break this down. And so the salt, kind of like sauerkraut or fermenting, the salt helps to break it down as well. So I might as well at this point add a little bit of pepper. And you can do this with any greens, you know. You can, you don't really need to do it with Swiss chard, but Swiss chard, depending on how old or fresh it is, you can do it with Swiss chard. I have some spinach leaves that I picked yesterday, and it was so hot they wilted right away. So, so you could do it with spinach leaves too, and you can, what we're going to do actually is we are going to add these, we're going to set it here, we're going to add these spinach stems to it too as well. So the stems, oh, I'm sorry, spinach. You guys must think I'm crazy. These are beet stems, because they have the, although they could be chard stems and you wouldn't know. No, you probably would know. They look quite different. Oh my God. Okay, beets. These are beet leaves, beet leaf greens. Okay, so I'm lining up the stems. I have way too much on my mind today. Okay, so we're going to line up the stems and just give a little trim here. And so the beet stems, you know, I collected all of my beet stems, and I had ordered 40 pounds of beets from throwing things around the room again. 40 pounds of beets from Kirsty Allen, and I believe it's called Alberni Community Collective, and they're at the farmers market, at the Spirit Square farmers market, and I ordered 40 pounds of beets from them, and I kept all of the stems and I dehydrated them. So, you know, this is like pure nutrition. The stem has really, you know, pretty much as much nutrition as the beet itself, right? So the beets have folic acid, and they've got, of course, vitamin A and vitamin C, like most vegetables do. They also have niacin, and, you know, so you're getting a concentration of like, especially when I dehydrated these guys, adding that to soups, I don't know about rehydrating them and adding them to salads. I don't know how that would work. I've never tried it, but adding them to soups for sure adds nutrition and value to your soups, you know, or stews or whatever. So I had dehydrated all those, and I dehydrated all of the beet leaves from the 40 pounds of beet. So I have a lot of dehydrated beet leaves. And so again, that's a greens, right, that you can stick into your soup and add value nutrition. I don't know, my hair is just flying all around today. I usually, I have crazy hair, and I usually put some kind of, you know, stuff in it to try and keep it under control while we're doing this, but it just does its own thing. It's like crazy hair. So anyways, yeah, so I'm going to add this to it, and also the beets are going to add some beautiful red to the salad as well, so that you have some red. And I'm going to actually hang on to a few of these. I might scoop a few back because I'm going to do two different things here, and I want to make it pretty for you, because I won't be, I'm so funny. I won't be adding these together until later, until the kale has marinated. So, okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of cabbage to this salad. I'm just going to trim off the cabbage here, and I know there's a way of cutting cabbage a certain way, but I just do it how I do it, and then I probably do it completely different the next day, even if I learned how you're supposed to do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the cabbage is going to be beautiful. I'm just trying to decide. I don't want it too long, but I want it creatively beautiful. Okay, so we're also adding, and this is added nutrition too, you guys, really, all these greens. Remember in the spring we did radish greens, like radish tops. We did turnip tops, radish tops. We did, I don't know, all the tops. And the tops have just as much benefit, right, as the, maybe a little bit different benefit, but definitely beneficial for sure. So, yeah, so the carrot tops for sure, they don't have as much beta carotene as the actual carrot, but they still have the vitamins. They still have the vitamin A and C, chlorophyll. You cannot have too much chlorophyll. Anything green has chlorophyll in it. I did say these are carrot tops, right? I didn't call them anything else. So your greens have chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is like, it's like the lifeblood. It's now it's been years and years and years since I did my anatomy and physiology, but the chlorophyll is like one component away from blood, right? So it's like the green component of the blood. I don't know, Jane, you could probably remind me. It's been so many years. Anyway, it's very blood building, the chlorophyll, and feeds the blood, feeds the liver, and probably most importantly, it's very alkalizing. And so all disease is usually in an acid environment, and we do so many things that create acid in the body. The air we breathe has acid in it a lot of the time, and especially right now with all the smoke going on. And you know, the things that we eat and do, anything that isn't a fruit or a vegetable has a level of acidity in it. I have a chart that we use. Usually I hand it out to clients, but usually we aim for an 80-20 goal of 80% alkaline vegetables and 20% acid. This is a ginger tea, very good for the throat when you have these smoky days with the smoky weather. Ginger is really good for the throat, good for circulation, good for all kinds of things. Anyway, back to the 80-20. So 80%, ideally, like this in a perfect world, 80% of your diet should be alkaline and 20% acidic. And so, like I said, anything that isn't a fruit or vegetable has a level of acidity, going right from grains, which are, you know, less acidic, to meats that are more acidic, to, of course, acidic things like coffee and, God forbid, you know, colas and things like that. So, so we have the chart that we try to maintain as much 80% as we can. And anything green with chlorophyll is like so super, super alkaline. It reduces inflammation, feeds the blood, feeds the liver. I went out and collected my plastic pot. Well, I went out and collected these guys. So I remember I left my turnips in the ground until they seeded. And so they were like over top the rest of the garden with these great big huge seed heads. And I was waiting for the turnips to seed. And it took like seriously until last week for them to seed. And I guess I kept shaking the little seed heads to see if they were ready. And look at, I have microgreens. So I have, these are all turnip babies. I have like seriously a 4x6 patch filled with turnip plants that need to be thinned out just a little. They need to be thinned out a lot. So these are all turnip tops, little turnips. So I thought, well, you know, I mean, why not do microgreens in between the rest of your plants? And yeah, so I kind of shook the rest of the seeds. And I thought, well, you know, you could do that with the broccoli. You could do that with the radish. You could do it with, I mean, the radish is a little harder because the seeds aren't that tiny. But these turnip seeds are so microscopic. They're like poppy seed size. And so just to shake them over the garden, and then all this whole blanket, it's like a ground cover out there. And it needs to be dug up. But I mean, why, you need to eat it before you dig it. So this is just so super awesome. And so again, we have the benefit of the little baby turnip leaves. And so, yeah, so that's just going to make, this is going to be my lettuce. And it's like super awesomely amazing. I want to try one. You know, especially when they're babies, they're so tender. It doesn't matter what they are, like for your baby greens, your baby kale, all that kind of stuff is just so super, that much more nutritious, right? And so the turnips have vitamin A, like a lot of vitamin A. An actual turnip has 48% vitamin A. That's huge. And of course, these guys won't have as much. I don't know exactly how much the greens will have as opposed to the actual turnip, but lots and lots of nutritional value for sure. You know, the turnips themselves have, oh, see, this one here, it's got the little hairs on it. So they are, so when they get to be, let's feel this one. Okay, this size is nice and smooth and wonderful. And then, yeah, when they get to be this size, like bigger than a loonie, then they start growing the little hairs on there, and that won't be as comfortable. What's the word I'm looking for? Won't be as smooth on the tongue, that's for sure. So I think I will pick these bigger guys out. Now, see, this one's good. This one is the size of a loonie, and he's nice and smooth. So if, you know, and that's just turnips. Like most things, kale and all that stuff, I mean, you know, they're always smooth anyways. And so, but yeah, and that's the thing with the radish leaves. I'm pretty sure we cooked them, or we made them into something. We might even have used them for tea. They have so many great benefits. Anyway, I'll leave these bigger guys out because that's going to be a little too fuzzy on the tongue. Let's see. See, that one's nice, smooth. This is a bigger one. Yeah, no, you need to stay out. You need to go into soup, or, I mean, I can always try marinating it with these guys too, and see if the little hairs calm down. Oh my God. Anyways, okay, so vitamin C, vitamin K, of course, these palatable. Yes, not as palatable on the tongue. Thank you, Monique. It's so much fun to do the Facebook Live with everyone on here and getting all the comments and being able to interact. It's really super fun. So, yeah, so I think this guy can go in there. These little guys for sure. So those can go into soup. Yeah, so I lost my train of thought on that. Oh, folate. They have folate in them, which is really good too. So next thing I found in the garden is the chickweed, which is super, super, again, we've used chickweed before this week, and I'm so happy that I have just little patches of chickweed in the shadier places. It's still coming. Chickweed's really good for the liver, really good for the eyes. You know, in abundance or as a tea, it's been known for helping to lose weight, breaks down fat. It's really good for the skin. You can make it into a cream or a poultice or whatever. Externally, you know, it's just super good for the skin, kind of similar to calendula, except that it's totally edible and very good for you, full of vitamins and minerals. So I'm adding the chickweed. So we have turnip, chickweed, cabbage, and carrot top salad so far. And so I'm just going to carry on here for a few minutes because we're going to need to move on to the other thing. But yeah, so I'm going to add a little bit of red onion because I think that would be super awesome. And so that's the middle there. So this is going to, you know, your onions add, they're anti-inflammatory, antihistamine. The onions are so good for you. If you're working with an antihistamine, the yellow onions have more antihistamine power than these red ones, but I love the flavor of the red onions. And also, you know, we're adding the color to the salad. So the color is super important. We have a little bit of red in there from the beet greens, tops, stems, leaves, whatever those things are. And so we're going to add this. Okay, that's lovely, lovely, lovely. And I was going to also add a little bit of my little guy here. Now, I'm not sure how he's going to be for seeds. So I might end up juicing him because I don't really want those big seeds in there, but I can use the ends. I'll take too much off there. And so his skin seems very soft. So I don't think that he's going to be too tough for the skins. And I totally cut that wrong. I'm trying to hurry now because I have another thing that I want to show you guys, and so now I'm getting all distracted trying to hurry. Okay, so we're going to throw those in there like that. And I was also going to another zucchini from the garden, super beautiful. So, oh yeah, you know what? I don't know what kind these are. Yes, it's chickweed in here, Jacqueline. Yes, chickweed and whoops. Throwing it around again. Chickweed, turnip tops. I forgot. This guy here has really strong, I don't know what kind of zucchini it is, but the shell is like super, super strong, and I don't feel like jumping up and grabbing the peeler in front of you guys. Yeah, see, I can't even get my knife through this. Okay. Anyway, if you had a tender zucchini, what I was going to do is grate it into the salad, so you could do that. And I do have a different kind of zucchini, so I will do that. This guy here needs to be peeled, and I don't have the peeler right with me, and I don't want to run around and grab the peeler and slow things down because we have another thing to do. Okay, so add zucchini to that if you're on your own. Okay, so what's going to happen is this is going to massage. I'll give it a stir throughout the day. And then it'll be broken down by tonight. I'm gonna add a little bit of sunflower seeds to the beautiful salad for a little bit of, if you were doing just the salad and you wanted, oh, healthy, easy breakfast ideas. Okay, thank you for that, Heather. That's awesome. Yeah, I know it's funny because some of my family keep saying, "Are you going to run out of things to do?" And I said, "Oh my God, you know, I have to cook every day, and if people want to hang out and watch me do these crazy, you know, meals, that's awesome. You know, I mean, I have to cook, so if you guys want to hang out with me and have a little morning party every day, that's good." Ham hearts. So if you were wanting to just have the salad, and if you wanted protein in your salad, a little bit for the nuts and the seeds, and of course your nuts and seeds should always be raw, ideally. for easier digestion. And your nuts, to make them even more digestible, really should be soaked. So we're going to add, these are the goji berries, and those I'll add for color. I'll just give that a stir after. Yeah, so that's the salad. We can add, I have a basic salad dressing recipe that's awesome, really to die for. It's like a basic that you can turn into different things and make into different things. It's on my YouTube channel. I have like 150 videos or more on my YouTube channel and Instagram. So you could use the basic salad dressing, you could use a balsamic, you could use what we have here, our homemade apple cider vinegar. And I have I've got like 8 gallons of this brewing away. So we've done a video on that. Oh, hey, here's something interesting. This would be really fun. This is the plum shrub. And so we could add the plum shrub. That would be fantastic as a salad dressing on here. So yeah, if you want to look up and find out what a shrub is, have a look on the video or the YouTube. That would be so good because it's got that combination of the sweet and the sour. That'd be fabulous. And actually, I think I'm going to add some on here right now. I need to hurry because I want to show you one more thing. My shrub top is a little stuck from the sugar. Oh, that's going to be fabulous. Okay, I might add more right before I serve it. Okay, so yeah, plum shrub, fantastic thing. You can add that to a summer drink or whatever you want to do. Anyways, I'm not talking about shrubs right now because we have something else to do. Okay, I have soaked these almonds and I just poured hot water on them just to soften them up. And we're going to do this really fabulous thing. Let me think. Okay, so we're going to grab the Vitamix and we're going to add. Okay, let me think about this. I totally forgot my recipe. Okay, I put everything out though, so I'm just gonna add it. Throw it in. Okay, so we have almonds soaked, and this is just for the little nutty flavor. And so we're gonna pour this in, and I'm gonna try and remember everything else I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna add almond milk too. Oh, I know what it is. Oh my God. That's why I'm confused. I totally forgot to take the stuff out of the freezer. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of this and then remind me where I'm at because I need to. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I'm like looking around for the thing. There's the thing that's not here, and it's still in the freezer. Hang on a minute. Oh my God. Good thing I kind of pre-prepped. Otherwise, I'd be doing this and taking up more time. Okay, so frozen apples. Totally forgot. I did cut them up, some of them up already. And I'm so happy that I did that because otherwise we'd be hanging out. So they slice up really nice. And I wanted this different because yesterday we did, oh God, please Vitamix be able to handle this. Oh, they're not too bad. I can break it in half with my hand. Yeah, so yesterday and previously, we have we've used bananas to make the smoothies and the nice cream, you know, and you're always using bananas for these things. And sometimes I just really am not into the banana flavor with everything. And so I have to get a clean knife, even though I'm not going to get too fussy here if I get an onion in my our next dish because we need to finish. Okay, so you can see that these are not that bad. Oh wow, they're really bad, but not that bad to cut through. These, oh, I know why this is. This is an apple pear. We went gleaning, and you know, where you get the fruit off the trees and from owners and you volunteer your time and blah blah blah, and a third goes to charity and everything. Anyway, these are apple pears, and somebody did tell me that they're kind of like pears that they need to be collected before they're ripe, because if they ripen, they rot from the inside out, and I guess that's very true. That's really interesting. I have not had that experience with pears. you know, kind of rotting from the inside out. But I was told that maybe I just get to my pears in time that I haven't experienced yet. But definitely, this is very strange because it looks like beauty, you know, on the outside. Anyways, okay, so we won't be using that. And so possibly that just gave us time for the apples to warm up from the Vitamix. I'm probably not going to use these because I really don't want to kill my Vitamix right now. And these are a very hard, more of a wintry apple. But if I had done what I was supposed to do and take these out before we started, then they'd be just out for like 20 minutes or something to soften up enough to put in the Vitamix. But anyway, since I forgot to do that, we're not going to use those. We're going to use these. So you could use frozen bananas or frozen apples, and the rest of the recipe. Okay, we put the almond milk in. We're going to add a tiny bit, just a tiny bit of matcha. And if you're not familiar with matcha, it's like a green tea extract. It's super, super green, and it tastes like crazy green too. It is a bit of an acquired taste, so I'm not going to add a lot, but I want to make this green, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I just added a tiny little bit just to get some green coloring in there. And then we are going to add just a wee bit of vanilla, tiny little bit here. I don't want to overpower it with vanilla, but I want just a little bit of that nutty taste, because what we're doing is we're actually going to make a pistachio nice cream. And it might turn into a pistachio smoothie if my apples are too strong here for the Vitamix. Okay, so we're going to look for the lid of the Vitamix. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know I have it here. Hang on a second. Where is it? Oh. Sometimes I think I'm ready and I'm really not. Okay, lid for the Vitamix. My fantastic lid. Thank you, Monique. Okay, so the lesson is, we always do these things so that I can make the mistake so you don't have to. Cut up your apples a little bit smaller so that the blade will actually catch them. And don't do this at home. Add a little bit more almond milk too. Okay, so if it turns into a pistachio smoothie, I'm okay with that. Oh my God. Yes, gotta love it. Okay, here we go again. I haven't added the pistachios yet, obviously. I don't want them ground up. Okay, I think we caught it all. And actually, I heard that you can do this with a food processor too. See the consistency? It really does look like ice cream. And I just also realized that I washed my dishes from yesterday when we made the beautiful, whatever we made. Oh my God, that's too funny. We made a really nice cream yesterday. Oh, the caramel. We did salted caramel yesterday. I have to grab the dish. Salted caramel, and it turned out absolutely fabulous. So what we're going to do with this, I have my nice dish here, and you can see the consistency is very much like ice cream. Thank you for working out, Vitamix. And I have the shelled pistachios here. I'm just going to add them in, and I'm going to try and pulse it a bit because I don't want them all ground up, which is why I didn't add them earlier. Drive you guys crazy with the noise. Okay, so this is amazing. The pistachios, so I didn't want them too ground up. And so the almonds are going to lend themselves to adding a bit more of the nutty flavor, as well as the vanilla. And then we have the apples so that we don't have a heavy banana taste in there. And yeah, so almond milk, almonds, matcha for the green. It's kind of green like pistachios, right? A little bit of vanilla. And yeah, and then the actual pistachios themselves. So I am looking for the clean spoon. Okay, I'm going to try this because it looks fabulous. The pistachio, you really can taste the pistachios. You can add more if you want. I better not eat too much. I can't talk and eat at the same time. But yeah, that is just really, really good. You don't even taste the apple because of the vanilla and the almonds. And the addition of the pistachio is just amazing. So, okay, well, that's really good. So thanks you guys for hanging out. That was really fun. I will definitely look up something about the almonds. I'll definitely look up some breakfast recipes for you guys. That was really good. You need to try that. Salad's all ready, and yeah, so that's it. So it's Friday. I'll miss you guys over the weekend, and we will see you Monday morning at 11. Okay, have a really, really good day. And yeah, it's really quite amazing. And the salad's going to be really good too, especially with the shrub. I'll put that on the recipe thing. Okay, have a good day, and we'll see you Monday morning at 11. Thanks for hanging out.